I don't even, this story, wow. Did Nashville school shooter target pastor's family? So y'all remember initially when I had talked about this story, I said that one of the victims was the pastor's daughter. And allegedly, according to Inside Edition, the pastor of the school was giving counseling sessions to the shooter. And now I can only assume, but I'm assuming if he's giving counseling sessions to the shooter, I'm sure the topic of, her gender confusion probably came up, and it was probably something that he was probably trying to help her work through. But obviously, she didn't like that. Now we're getting this narrative, and that's all speculation, right? I don't know what happened. I don't know if this is true or not, but this is just all according to Inside Edition. Now we're getting these reports that come out that are saying that was one of the motives behind this shooting. Now, just take a listen to what Inside Edition had to say. Wow, this story just keeps getting crazier and crazier.
Still no official motive in the case of the 28-year-old who killed 6 people at the Christian school she once attended in Nashville. But one theory holds that she had targeted this man, the church's lead pastor, who's said to have been counseling her. He wasn't there at the time, but his 9-year-old daughter was, and she became one of the victims. Amber Cogliano has more.
Was the Nashville shooter targeting the school pastor and his family? Inside Edition has learned that Audrey Hale, who was transgender, was believed to be having counseling sessions with Chad Scruggs. He was counseling her?
What I'm hearing, he was providing counseling for her, and something didn't sit right with her.
Former Covenant school pastor Jim Bachman says Hale appeared to be searching for Scruggs when she went through the school.
Wow. She appeared to be, or he or she, I don't know. He or she appeared to be searching for the pastor as he or she was going through the school.
She shot Scruggs' 9-year-old daughter, Hallie, dead.
If she'd found Chad, if she'd have tried to kill him, maybe she'd have left the daughter alone.
The former pastor also revealed he knew Audrey Hale when she attended the school nearly 20 years ago.
Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. I'm skipping ahead here. Because there's some parts that I can't show. Let me go to this part right here.
Multiple officers on the scene, and they're not entering the classroom. They're in the hallway. They know where the shooter is. He's still firing, but they're waiting.
The Nashville police officers entered the building here, rapidly checking classrooms on the first floor. The sound of gunfire above them sent them racing to the second floor. That's where they took down the shooter who was firing from this cathedral window, all in just 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
The amount of courage it takes to go into that building and confront the unknown. You've got a shooter who's armed, a shooter who's shooting people, but also maybe the most dangerous of adversaries, right? Someone who's not afraid to die.
And actress Melissa Joan Hart, star of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, now lives near the school. She choked up telling how she and her husband helped children flee.
We helped all these tiny little kids cross the road and get their teachers over there, and we helped a mom reunite with her children. And I don't know what to say anymore. It is just enough is enough.
Wow. Man, that's just a crazy possibility to even think about. And we have these stories as well. I don't even really know what this even means. Trans Day of Vengeance. I don't even know what that. I don't know what this is. But apparently this is something that's going to be going on this weekend as well. It says the promoters of a Trans Day of Vengeance event in Washington, D.C. have said they will go ahead with the rally despite the murders of 6 people on Monday by a transgender person at a private Christian school in Nashville, Tennessee. Newsweek reports the Trans Radical Activist Network, TRAN, a collective of transgender activist groups, rejected any connection between their event and the mass shooting, which police have said was perpetrated by a woman who identified as a trans man. Saturday's rally is scheduled to begin outside the U.S. Supreme Court and will protest the various bills in numerous states that aim to protect children from irreversible physical, maiming procedures like gender transition surgeries and puberty blockers. Now, some people are also speculating that, you know, another potential motive for the tragedy that took place was the fact that Tennessee had passed a bill to ban gender affirming healthcare for trans kids. Now, it says that this bill, let me see if I can zoom this in real quick. It says that transgender youth may soon no longer be able to access gender affirming healthcare. So this was passed before, you know, the shooting took place. So people are thinking that this might be another potential motive, but they're saying that a ban on medical transitioning for minors has passed the Tennessee General Assembly and it is on its way to the governor's desk. The bill would mean no hormone therapy, no surgeries, and no puberty blockers, with two exceptions. One is for intersex kids who aren't easily assigned a gender at birth. Another would be a temporary exception for trans kids who are already taking hormones before the law goes into effect July 1st. After that, minors have until March of 2024 to stop their treatments. So they're saying that this could potentially be another reason why we saw what happened, but that would just make no sense. Like, that would make absolutely no sense. Like, you're protesting the fact that children no longer have access to these type of life-changing, life-altering hormones and drugs and procedures, and your way of protesting it is by going and taking the lives of children. How does that make sense? If this speculation is true, right? And then another speculation is the fact that we also saw this pass in Tennessee. Tennessee's doing a lot right now. They're doing a lot right now. They said, and a lot in a good way. I think this is all necessary stuff. I think the sexualization of children needs to come to an end. And all of this stuff is so perverted, especially when you talk about these drag shows. I mean, there's a drag show around the corner from my house at a restaurant that, you know, is like known to be a family friendly, bring your children restaurant. And yet they're having a drag show. And in the little fine details, it says to bring your whole family. This is going to be fun for your whole family. It's just so perverted. Like, I don't want to bring my kids to go see a grown, overweight man dressed in Spanx and bras, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't make no sense to me. It makes no sense. But they're saying that this could be another potential motive, is that Tennessee becomes the first state to pass a ban on public drag shows. Now, this one says that Nashville, Tennessee Governor Bill Lee has signed a bill banning drag shows in public spaces, a measure that will likely force drag shows underground in Tennessee. So what is this? Are we just like a drag show speakeasy now? Like that's crazy. It said Lee gave his signature just hours after the measure passed in the Senate Thursday afternoon. In the same sitting, Lee signed a ban on gender affirming healthcare. So that's what we just saw for youth in the state. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. I don't know. The thought that, you know, somebody could potentially target a 9-year-old because of, you know, therapy sessions. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. I don't get it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe if you have not already. I'm out.